Okay. All right, we're recording now. Thank you everyone for joining. Welcome to the inaugural cohort and our first session of the WiLG Mentorship Initiative. It's really great to have all of you here. It's been a long time coming. I mean, the dream of WiLG having this mentorship session, and we really appreciate you all joining in. I mean, signing up for the program and joining in. I want to welcome each and every one of you, and I hope that you all gain a lot from this session and are able to practicalize what is taught to you, and I mean, make the best of everything. So I'd like to start by introducing our organization. We are called We Ignite Lives for Greatness. We're a young youth-led organization run by two founders who came together in July of 2019, and we decided to start the foundation. And one of our focus is that we focus on is on promoting and protecting human rights. We also do a lot of advocacy around human rights. And another thing that we're very passionate about is youth and women development. And we do that through various training programs, empowerment, and most importantly, we do that through mentorship programs. I mean, our big vision is to have a society where everybody's rights are upheld, because human rights are really, really fundamental. And our mission is to do that one life at a time. So we are really, really grateful that you're here to join us. Some of our focus areas, like I mentioned earlier, is human rights. So we focus on gender-based violence, online gender-based violence, where we also do a lot of advocacy. And in our advocacy, we're trying to educate and equip young people with the skills that they need to thrive in the 21st century. And we also focus on empowerment and development programs. And this mentorship is one of our ways of trying to empower young people and empower young people as well. So I will just give a breakdown of what the mentorship is about. So this mentorship is basically to equip women with leadership skills, give you an intricate knowledge into governance, policy, and just to equip you with the necessary skills you need to be a great leader. And in the ever-changing world that we have, creating a support system for ourselves as women. We are trying to see that it initially started as a 6-week program, but as we went on, we had so many mentors who wanted to come along the journey and share their wealth of knowledge with you. So it was extended to a 6 weeks mentorship. So we would run it every weekend. We will run it every weekend. It would go on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We know that everybody's time is precious, so we'll try to keep it for a 1-hour session. And if it goes beyond 1 hour, it may just go. Somebody said they're trying to connect and it's not working. Okay. Sorry. It would not go past an hour, 30 minutes plus, but depending on how engaging the session is, we would keep time for open questions and answer session with the mentors, but we would not take much of your time. Our goal with this mentorship program is to empower and build women in leadership, like I said, in governance and politics. We want to be able to expose you to certain skills that are needed, and having the knowledge of leadership, governance, and politics is something that is really, really important, especially for women. In Nigeria, we have noticed that we don't have a lot of women in governance and in leadership positions and in politics as well. So it's really good to equip women. So when we go there, we are not going to have a seat at the table because they feel that there's a need, they need to create a space, but we also want to have competent women who will deliver on the job in those spaces. So no matter what leadership roles we have, whether it's at the family, whether it's in our workplace. We want to equip you with skills that would help you to be able to deliver. Like I said, our objectives is to provide invaluable insights and skills and guidance. And one thing that is most important is that you're gaining mentorship from experienced leaders. And we're focusing on development and growth of women. We also want to create an environment that's conducive to learn. We want you all to work together as a network. Our outcome is to bridge the gender gap in leadership roles. And we also want to nurture confident and capable women leaders. I think one thing that is really important for me is creating a network of young leaders, because for me, I would say that most of the women who have joined me who has joined us at WiLG in this mentorship program have been very, very close-knit friends of mine. And how did I meet them? I met them through various fellowships. I met them through mentorship programs that we engaged together. And through that, we have been able to create long-lasting relationships with them. And that's why they have decided to support me on this program. So, I mean, it's very important that you create networks, because in the couple of years, the networks that you create are the networks that are going to be in different places. You would all be in top places. And once you connect that network, then it's easier for you guys to share, to collaborate, to partner, and to also advise each other in your delivery. So yeah. Here is a glance of a few of our mentors, and these are beautiful, lovely women from Nigeria and Africa who are going to share with us their wealth of experience. They're going to be pouring out themselves to us. And one thing that I would advise us during this fellowship, this mentorship, is that it's an open space. What we can do is, like I said yesterday during the orientation, you can Google the mentors, see what areas, aspects of their work relates to your work and what you would like to know them. Engage them, because this is a platform for you to be able to engage them. This is a platform for you to be able to learn from their wealth of experience. Yes. So today we're going to be having Jamila Idris. Jamila Idris is a close sister of mine. I knew her when we were part of the Kashim Ibrahim Fellowship. She's such an inspiration. She's such a motivator. She's a TEDx speaker. She would pour out herself, her wealth of knowledge. Just give me a moment. Let me just check in. I think she has joined, but let me just confirm.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hi, Jamila. Hi, thank you for joining. Okay, so I can just go on and introduce you and let you have the floor.
Right.
So Jamila is my sister who I met in 2021 August when we started the Kashim Ibrahim Fellowship with as special assistants at that point time to Malam Nasir Erufai, who was the governor of Kaduna State then. And Jamila is someone who you would meet. If you're sad, she would always uplift you. She would teach you how to manage your time in care. I mean, she's always someone who is a joy to be around with. And she's a TEDx speaker. I watched her TED space. I will share with that on the group. And it was amazing how, I don't know how to put it in words, but Jamila, when she speaks to a crowd, is really amazing. So I wouldn't take much of our time. I will just invite Jamila Idris to take the floor. Thank you very much, sister, for joining us. I know that today has been a stressful day for you. I know your birthday is on Sunday, so we wish you a a happy birthday
In advance.
in
Thank you.
advance. In advance. Thank you very much, Jamila, for joining us. I will just let you
Thank
have
you.
the floor. Thank you, dear.
Thank you for having me. Good evening, everyone. Trust you all are doing amazingly well. So I would like to apologize. I don't know if I can turn on my video because I look like a mess. I've just been on the marathon of work these past days. So if you're here and you're excited to be here, just the way I'm excited, drop a heart emoji in the chat session. I love engagement, so I want to know that you're listening to me. Yay! Thank you, Rejoice. Thank you, Dikirit, Moses. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mariam Abdul Malik. Thank you. Thank you, Boluwatife. I missed that name. Thank you, Toyin. Thank you. Awesome. So we are all excited. Thank you, Ramla. Aw. So I'm excited that we are all excited to be here, if that makes sense. Um I listened in while Veronica was speaking about the objectives, and one thing I would like to say before I start is that our lives count when we create space and help other people go through some of the things we go through. So I like to say we go through things so we can make things easier for the people coming behind us so they don't get to go through all of the things that we went through. So if you pass through a path, you make it easier for other people coming behind. And I believe that is what Veronica and Ramla are doing with this. It's a way of, stepping down all they have learned all over the years. And I like to believe that this is um, a huge step in your leadership journey. Now, talking about leadership, what is your own definition of leadership? I would like to read your own definition of leadership, as Mercy, as Boluwatife, as Tolu. What is your own definition of leadership? Drop it in the comment section. I'll be in the chat. Sorry, I'm used to Instagram language. Drop it in the chat. What is your definition of leadership? You can use one word, you can use a short sentence, a phrase. What is it? I'm not asking for Google definition now. Influence. Thank you, Inero. Can I call you Ugo? Thank you, Ugo. I don't want to murder your name. Thank you. Influence. That's fantastic. Followership. Thank you, Boluwatife. Oh, thank you. um, Having a level of influence, the ability to conceive and carry out. Oh God, fantastic! I love these definitions because this basically is what leadership is. Um, Influence. I like to also add that leadership is sales. Do you agree? That is the business side of me. Leadership is sales because it's like you're selling your vision, your ideas, your ideals to other people, and that is influence as well. And for you to be a good leader, you need to be a good follower as well, like Oluwatife pointed out. Now, when it comes to leadership as a woman, we lead differently from men. A lot of female leaders fail because they try to lead like men, right? A lot of female leaders fail because they try to lead like men. If women are going, I believe, I, Jamila Idris, believe that it is women that will fix the mess that we are in as a country, as a global community, different countries, as a continent, the whole world. Women are capable of healing the world. But the problem now is that we have a lot of women who are not operating in their femininity, women who are trying to act like men. Now, I believe the feminist movement was started to help women gain some level of equity, but it's also we have some radicals who are taking it to the extreme, and then women are experiencing a lot of health challenges, a lot of personal challenges that is stopping them from showing up um, in their best, at their optimal. If you have noticed this, I want you to put down a 1 in the comment section. You know, when people talk about a terrible boss, the first image you have in your mind is a female boss. Yes or yes? Exactly. Yes. And then we like to say women supporting women, but often it's like, yeah, mostly, yes, mostly. It also seems as though we are attacking each other rather than supporting women. So, how can we begin to support women? The theme of, oh, before I even forget, Happy International Women's Day to you.
Thank you. Same to you.
Okay, don't mind me. I get so cheeky in the middle of a very serious conversation. Okay, I wish you could see my face. You know that I'm not too serious, but you see this profile picture, it's making me look too serious, and I don't like it. But anywho, so um, how did we get to this point where we? Thank you, Margaret. How did we get to this point where we feel like we need to compete against each other? Listen, when women compete, it gets very toxic. Whereas when men compete, they help each other grow. Like there's some level of growth. That is to show you that competition is not in the DNA of women. Rather, it is collaboration, cooperation, and all of that. However, you won't be able to show up for a collaboration or use your creativity as much as you should if you haven't even connected with you yourself at your core. Now, for you to be able to do that as well, you need to, have some time to yourself to reflect on who you are, how you want to show up, what type of leader you want to be, what type of person you would like to be, what type of mother, daughter, sister, friend you would want to be, how do you want to show up in all those your relationships and your work, what is your vision for your life, all those things. And the main thing that ties all these things that you need to be, do, have together is time. Yes? Yes, yes. Come on, come on, come on. Type, 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 type. Yes? Oh, yes, yes. I think I'm going to give Ugo an award for being the most, what's it called? The most active participant. Ah, thank you, Margaret. Margaret wants to catch up. Awesome. Now, so for you to be able to, a lot of women get overwhelmed by life, right? Often it is the woman who will take sabbatical or who will take work leaves to go and have a child, take care of her child, or get married, and her husband will tell her, to keep her career aside and, focus on the children and all of that. And somehow, sorry about that, Margaret. Sorry about that. Sorry if you're dealing with network issues. I was also dealing with network issues, so I empathize with you. So women are usually on the receiving end when it comes to this. It's like we need to take care of everybody and we forget about ourselves. However, our ability to take care of ourselves as individuals, to tend to our own needs, makes us or makes it possible for us to show up better as wives, mothers, sisters, friends, colleagues, bosses, you know, and all those roles. And one thing that you'd always hear a lot of women say is, I don't have time. Oh, go to the spa. I don't have time. Go have a brunch with your girlfriends. I don't have time. But the truth is, we all have time. It all goes down to what we fill our time with. So the question now is, are you filling your time with the things that you need to be filling your time with? Or what are those things you're filling your time with? Mark Zuckerberg has 24 hours. Dangote has 24 hours. Elon Musk has 24 hours. But what makes their 24 hours more valuable than your 24 hours? The answer is prioritization, their ability to prioritize activities that they engage in. I doubt that you would find Dangote, Elon Musk, or Tedola and all of those people fighting people in comment sections of Instablog, or scrolling Instagram mindlessly, or arguing in their alumni groups or something. You'll barely see them doing their laundry and all those other tasks that are really not of priority. Yes or yes? Yes, yes. Thank you, Ugo. Absolutely, yes. So, how come these people have 24 hours, just like all of us, but theirs has more quality? How are they able to prioritize their tasks? Is it tasks or tax? Don't mind me. How are they able to prioritize their tasks so that they can create these multi-million or billion-dollar companies that they are all running? I'm going to share with you a couple of steps for you to be able to do that yourself. Are you ready? If you're ready, put a dancing emoji in the comment section. Hey, let's go, let's go. Dancing emoji. Where is it? Let me look for my own. So I found my dancing emoji before all of you. Oh my god. So it's only Comfort and Security that are excited that got to. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay. Like, Memuna wants to outshine all of us. Like, kilo day. And to be coming down. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. People are putting glasses, skinny cons, green smile, and I say dancing emoji. Dancing. Look for your dancing emoji. Now, how many of you have a vision for your life? Like your life's manifesto. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. If you have an idea what I am talking about, like a life's vision, a life manifesto, drop a one in the chat. Okay. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, fantastic. Okay, we have six ones. Fantastic. Nice. So, how many of you who have this vision for your life wake up every day and do something that moves you closer to achieving this vision or to bursting this vision consciously? How many people? If you do this, put down a two in the chat. Fantastic. Nice, 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 nice. Now, okay, interesting. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, five people. Nice. Ah, Ugo, which is 56? Is not even part. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, well, Ugo, you come and tell us what 56 means, so because I'm not understanding. Oh my god, it means no. Oh my god. Okay, so our vision is very important, right? Your vision is what some people will call your purpose or your um manifesto, your life's manifesto. For me, and it can evolve, but then you still see a what's it called, a pattern, you would still see that some things have been consistent. So for me, in this season of my life, and when I'm talking about this, I like to use this season because seasons change. I can get into another season like tomorrow, and how I would say this is going to change. So in this season of my life, I feel like my purpose is to help people reconnect with themselves and by extension reconnect with God. And one of the things that stops people from reconnecting is their ability to build wealth, their their need for wealth, their need for power, right? And these things have this need for power or wealth has a way of taking us away from ourselves and away from God. And all I'm doing right now is helping people build wealth from a place of rest, from a place of harmony, from a place of alignment, from a place of joy and excitement, not hustle. You know, the proper soft girl life. And not from a place of hustle, trying to bring down somebody else so you can go up and things like that. So that is all I am about. So when you are just in this season, so when you look at most of the things I'm talking about is, oh, you need to rest, you need to, you know, clarify your goals, have a vision, because that is how you get to determine your alignment to that vision and all of that. So now we have this grand vision, this purpose, this manifesto. You now break it down into goals. So first you have your vision. Can we have a scribe? Who would be our scribe? Ugo, you need to be our scribe so that so that you may begin to, do the needful. Ah, Ugo has left though. Okay. Who will be our scribe? Somebody should please volunteer to be our scribe. First is for you to clarify your vision. Oh, welcome back. First, clarify your vision. So that is the first step. What is that vision for your life? It doesn't have to be something grand, And I like to, if you listen to me for very long, you get it that I am a spiritual person. I like bringing it back to God. I like bringing it back to spirituality. So sometimes if you're confused on, what you need to be doing at any point, my go-to is to always pray and to listen, because we women, our intuition is on another level. It's higher than that of men. And your intuition helps you, it guides you. And that is what that is that inner guidance. The Christians call it the Holy Spirit. And even we Muslims have it. It's called the Ruh, which is also spirit. So you clarify your vision, reflect what is that thing that you feel very inclined to doing, or that you feel like is that thing you want to work towards in this season for the rest of your life. So tomorrow it can change, but then what is that thing for you right now? First is your vision. Second is for you to break it down into goals. So for you to be able to do that thing, to be able to achieve that thing, what are those goals you need to have? We'll start with maybe 5-year goals. If 5-year goals are overwhelming, because again, when it comes to helping people take action, when those goals are very grand, people say if your goals don't scare you, they're not good enough or big enough. And I say that's not true. Your goals shouldn't scare you. Your goals should excite you. It should be something that would get you excited and help you to jump out of bed in the morning. It is something that would excite you to try to find different ways to make it happen. So your goals shouldn't scare you, rather it should excite you. So break it down into 5-year goals, 1-year goals. If that is not working for you, I like to recommend 90 days. What is that thing, that one thing, or those 2 things, max 3 things you can do in 90 days that would help you create that leap? Sometimes when we don't take action towards our goals because it feels like where the goal is very far from where we are right now. And space scares a lot of people. Space scares a lot of people. Feeling like that thing is not very close, it scares a lot of people. And before you know it, you don't take action. That is why you would find that at the beginning of the year, a lot of people are excited about their goals, setting resolutions. Even some go to the gym, or they start taking some form of action. But eventually that wears off in a few days because it feels like, oh, I am weighing, let's say, 100 now, and my goal is to get to 75, and I've been going to the gym for 1 week and I haven't even reduced 1 pound, and you just feel discouraged. You just feel discouraged. So we don't want that. Listen. I'm going to what's it called, um shatter some of your belief systems today, and now I'm shifting gear. You are not your results. If your goals are more results based, it will make you feel very worthless without achieving those results. A lot of people get depressed because they don't achieve a particular result. What you should be focusing on, what your goals should be more focused on, is the actions you can take, things that are within your control. Your results are completely out of your control. For example, I wasn't sure I'll be here today. I wasn't sure I would be able to make this class. After yesterday, by this time, Veronica reached out. I was like, I don't know. But what I know is that I would do the things I know I need to do to ensure that I am here to have this conversation with you, come what may. So I was not betting on the outcome. I was betting on the things I know I could do that are within my control. 1,001 things could have happened. Maybe uh, I wouldn't have been able to travel. Maybe the car I boarded would have broken down on the road. Maybe, and I wouldn't be here. When your goals are focused on just the results, it makes it difficult for you to take action. So it should be focused on what you can do. If your goals is no longer about um, gaining or reducing your weight to a particular, what's it called, a particular number on the scale. If your goal is now committing to going to the gym 3 times in a week, whether you are losing weight or not, or whether you are seeing results or not, or your own is that you want to show up at the gym at least 3 times in a week. Guess what will happen? Eventually, maybe after 3 months, maybe after 6 months, maybe after 1 year, maybe after 18 months, you would lose that weight eventually. But if your goal is just about losing that weight, because some people, they get there and it's like, okay, what do I do with myself now? And there's what do we call this in psychology? I've forgotten. But you now go back to your original state because there is this trail of getting there and coming back. Ah, scribe dada. Well done, well done. Oh my god. So it is very, very important that your goals are more focused on the things that you can do, the actions you can take. Oh, I want to start drinking more water. That is a goal. I want to be taking 5 bottles of water in a day. That is something within your control. Or I want to be able to sleep by 9 p.m. so I can wake up early. Those are things that are within your control. But the moment you want to say, I want to gain, I want to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds. It's, I mean, we all know what happens eventually. You would lose motivation, and that is it. So first, you break down your goals. Secondly, you align your actions. Sorry, thirdly, your actions need to align with those goals. So I want to go to the gym 3 times in a week. The actions I need to start taking is, first, I want to clarify when I want to go to the gym. What time is best suited for me to go to the gym? Is it in the morning before going to work, or in the evening on my way from work? If it's in the morning before going to work, before going to bed, I need to put my gym clothes where I am going to see them, that it will be very easy for me to, you know, get reminded that I need to go to the gym and pick up those clothes and get to the gym, right? So you need to um, take action towards that. What are those actions you need to take? I want to be writing 5,000 words daily. The actions you need to start taking is to first block out time in your calendar that is for writing. In fact, you do it step by step. You already block out that time. You put your phone aside. You can write your SOP, your standard operating procedure for writing 5,000 words in a day. I sit on my table by maybe 10 minutes before the time, so that I can get my mind ready to start working. And for the next 3 hours, even if it's not flowing, you sit down. Even if it's not flowing, you sit on that table. Your brain, so our mind, our mind was, our mind was, is programmed to try to protect us from imminent danger. And anything you're not used to doing is seen as danger by your mind and your body. So there's always going to be resistance. The first time you start going to the gym or trying to write, you're going to experience resistance. But then when you decide to push yourself, what happens is that that consistent action of, okay, whether it is flowing or not flowing, I am going to sit on the table. Whether I am able to do all the exercises I want to do or not, I will go to that gym. And even if it is to go and sit down and tell people that are doing exercises well done, I will go there. Over time, your brain knows that, this person is not giving up, so let's start cooperating. It will start cooperating. And before you know it, you begin to do it effortlessly. You begin to do those activities effortlessly. So identify those activities you need to start engaging in and block out time for them. That is the third one. The fourth thing is for you to have a reward and discipline system for yourself. So some form of accountability. And there cannot be accountability if there is no motivation. So you can see that when you follow this, having something that excites you, have a vision that excites you, goals that excite you, you now start taking action, the motivation will just come. Motivation you get from outside is a plus. You need an intrinsic motivation, and your motivation comes from your why. Why do you want this? Why is this important to you? For me, helping people build wealth is important to me because I want first to feel like I am contributing something bigger than me. I am aligning with God, that superpower, that ultimate being over there, up there, and I want to live my life in submission to God, pleasing God. So that is a huge why for me, and I feel like God has entrusted this vision to me. So me not doing it, me not taking action consciously to getting this done is me betraying that trust that God has put in me. And I don't want to betray the trust that God has put in me, because it's like betraying my like, oh my God, I can't even think about it. So that is a huge why for me. So even on those days I am lazy or I feel like I don't want to do it and all, I remember the why, and it spurs me to action. Now, there are times that you would enjoy taking action. There are times that it will be utterly difficult to do. And that is why you should keep your commitment to your commitments. When you commit to doing something, you do it, even if it's not going to give you the results you desire. So, being result oriented is a huge flaw because it just makes people do not people it makes people not do the things they're supposed to do, not take action until it is perfect. And as leaders, as high achievers, we have a flaw of perfection. Me, before God arrested my soul and purged out perfectionism from my spirit, from my programming, I'll be like, oh my God, I cannot, the lighting is not okay. I don't have my slides. I cannot do this. Let's postpone it. Oh, it's not perfect. Let's postpone it. And before you know, procrastination begins to enter. And before you know it, I get overwhelmed with some other activities and I won't be able to keep my commitment to my commitments. And what happens? I let Veronica down, I let you all down, and I deprive you of, listening to this message, this small sense I have to give. And that is what most of us keep doing because it is not perfect. We keep pushing, we keep procrastinating, and before you know it, we are unable to do that thing. Okay, if you're on this table, this procrastination table, just wink at me, drop a wink emoji so that I know that we know ourselves. Wink, wink. Thank you, scribe. Ah, Ugo. Okay. Now we know where the problem is. So it's only Bebun and Ugo that are accepting that because I know that we are plenty here. Because you cannot be a high achiever without having some procrastination here and there, perfectionism here and there, and all of that. Even though there is this concept, who even spoke about it. I can't remember the person's name, but there's actually positive procrastination. But then it is on another level. It is if you are operating on a certain level. Our people are beginning to align. So we know ourselves. We know ourselves in this WhatsApp group. Okay. So, where did I stop? Yeah, clarify your why. Have a discipline system, an accountability system, something that would ensure that you're keeping yourself accountable. If you write your 5,000 words, what would you reward yourself with? Will you reward yourself with 10 minutes of Instagram or 1 hour of Netflix? What is that reward? And you ensure that you follow through with your reward. Because guess what? Your brain, the brain is so amazing. Like when I began studying the brain and the mind, I was wowed. Like most of our problems is just in this box, in this concolo we are carrying on our shoulders. Like if you can master it, you will not receive procrastination award in Jesus' name. Oh my God, my cheekiness is coming out. Let me finish first. Somebody say amen. Can the congregation shout amen? Okay. So as I was saying, when oh my God, you guys are not even helping my case at this point. So when you don't have a reward system and you don't follow through with your reward, your brain begins to feel like it is a task, like a serious task. So what happens is that it keeps resisting. The more you do something and you are excited and you are you have your why in place, and you know that you reward yourself when you need to, your brain will even remind you like, guy, maybe you're supposed to be writing. Oh yeah, write, because we have Netflix to do. So it it now supports you on this journey rather than become a stumbling block. Because for a lot of us, our enemy is not our enemy is not outside, though. Is not that person doing something similar. Our enemy is in our head, is in our mind, right? And it is what I really want us to do is to get to that point where that voice inside of our heads, that inner critic, becomes an ally. It becomes an ally. And for you to be able to do that is for you to follow through on your commitment. If you say, after writing for 5 hours, after writing 5,000 words, I would go and take 5 scoops of ice cream. Follow up on that though, even though it's counterintuitive if you want to lose weight. But sure, follow up on whatever it is you promise yourself. If it's to sleep early, do it. Because what happens is that when you don't do it, your brain doesn't trust you and it's not going to cooperate with you. So let's say for the first few days, you find it difficult writing 3,000 words. Sit down. That time you block for it, ensure that you write it. You sit down there, even if it's not flowing. If it's 1 hour you block, ensure that you sit down for the 1 hour. When it's done, you stand up. The time that you get to discipline yourself for not taking action is when you don't get to do it. You procrastinate. So what will be your punishment for not doing it? You decide an appropriate punishment for yourself. For me, I like to punish myself by saying, you know what, no Instagram, no Netflix for 1 month, no anything, something that I know I really want to do. So that thing you give yourself as a reward is what you should also use, what I usually use as a discipline. So what is that thing that you really crave? So you deprive yourself of that because you did not follow up or follow through with your commitments. Are you with me? If you're still following and maybe I have shattered the table you are on and you're feeling like you want to blow me through the phone, drop a one. Let me know, my people. Ah, so there are some people who want to beat me through the phone. Yeah, Bele. Half. Blessing, come and explain this half. What is half now? Uh-uh. Oh, okay, you accept, but they don't want to beat me. In it, it's like you're seeing your life in the open. In it, I like to believe that is it. Okay, so you have your reward and discipline system, and oh, thank you, Mercy. You're so kind. You have all of that in place, and trust me, you'll be able to manage your time. You'll be able to manage yourself as much as possible. So we have, how do you manage something that is finite? You can't manage your time per se. What you get to do is manage yourself and manage your tasks. Your tasks. And for you to be able to do that is for you to clarify your priorities. What are you working towards? You don't want a situation where not right now you are not getting the results you want because you are not taking action towards the the things that you want. So for most of us, we say, oh, I want to become more productive. I want to become a better leader, a better friend, and all of that. But the actions you are taking and the things you are prioritizing is not even aligning with that thing you say you want. Oh, for some people, the beginning of the year, I want to become more spiritual. I want to connect more with God. But I like to say, and a lot of people actually say, show me your schedule, show me your calendar, and I'll tell you where you're headed. I'll tell you what your priorities are. I'll tell you what you're working towards. Because at the end of the day, if you are not scheduling it or making time for it, it is not important. So for you to be able to show up as the best wife, the best sister, the best colleague, the best person to other people, you need to be that for yourself first. And for you to be that for yourself, you need to block out time for activities and all. And how do you even begin to prioritize? Now, there are four things you need to put into consideration. Do everybody say do. Do. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Delegate. Everybody say delegate.
Delegate.
Everybody say delay. Delay.
Delay.
Delay. Yes, 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 yes. And the fourth one is delete. Delete, 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 delete. Ah, see, this our scribe needs an award. Don't worry. Ugo, you have a reward from me. Truly, truly, truly from me. And if you know the people who I give gifts to, I don't give special gifts. Well done, Ugo. Yes, 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 delete. Now, for you to be able to prioritize effectively, you need to know what you need to do, what you need to delay, what you need to delegate, and what you need to delete. For you to be able to also know what task fits into all of this, I want you to imagine a square box that is divided into four equal parts. A square box that is divided into four equal parts. So you have a line in the middle vertically and another line in the middle horizontally. So in the top left, I wish I had the board, but then you can write this down if you are, taking down notes. On the top left, you have your do. On the top right, you have your delay. On the top, on the bottom left, you have your delegate. On the bottom right, you have your delete. So you have do at the top, delay at the top, delegate down, and do and delete down as well. Now, for you to be able to do something, it should be urgent and important. Anything that is urgent and important, that is what you should do. If it is urgent and important, that is what you should do. Urgent and important, you do it. So what is urgent and important? Again, you are looking at it is urgent as it aligns with your vision, as it aligns with your goal, as it aligns with what you want to create at the end of the day. So if it's urgent and important, you do it. If it is urgent but not important, so we are going down now. It is urgent but not important, you delegate it. If it is urgent but not important, you delegate it. Something that is urgent but not important is, let's say, it's urgent, you want to eat. Mm-mm. Yeah, you want to eat. It's urgent because you're hungry. But is it important? If you don't eat, you will not die. So what do? You delegate it. How do you delegate it? You order food. You order food from an online vendor. You're delegating it. You're delegating. Now, when you move to the other side, it is important but not urgent. It is important but not urgent. Then you delay it. That means it's something you can do later. It is urgent but not important. So it's something, sorry, it is important but not urgent. So it's something you can do later. Something like maybe replying some chats, um, calling somebody that you need to talk to, but then you know that that person is going to take a lot of time, so you delay it till later. So you have urgent and important, you do. Um, Urgent but not important, you delegate. Important but um not important but not urgent, you delay it. And then you now have the last one, which is not urgent, not important. That one you delete. You don't even engage with that. You don't even spend time on that. You delete it. Like arguing on the comment section of Instablog on Instagram and this lover and all of that. Delete it. If you are if you are among of those people, you delete it. Okay. So this is what you weigh your activities against. Is it urgent and important? And remember that how can I see this? Oh, thank you for this. So the um okay, I think I'll draw this as
Did I
like,
get it?
yeah, you did well, but then the urgent and important is supposed to be um outside outside the box. So
Okay,
you
okay, I'll do
see,
that.
by the vertical line on the left, you put your urgent, and then at the top you put your important. uh No. So urgent and urgent is at the top, important here. So anything that is, you have your urgent and important, not urgent or important. Anyway, you did well. I'll shall edit it and send. Well done. So you just have your important, then then all, yeah. No, urgent by the side. Don't worry, I'll do it, or even get a picture um from Google. Hello, Google. Oops, my audio is still on. Sorry, I'm getting goofy. um, 1 second. Okay. Um, okay, this has it. So hold on, just a second. I am sharing it to um your WhatsApp.
Okay,
Sharing
thank
it
you.
to you on WhatsApp. Yep, yep. Yeah, just did. So you can pull it up. Yes. So that is it. Urgent, important, not urgent, not important. Now, all these things are techniques, right? There's strategies that help you to do this better. But what works for one person usually does not work for another person, because we are all very unique individuals. But then there are just very basic things that you need to do. And what helps you to give it that twist, that unique spice to yourself, is your ability to always realign with yourself. So I have this framework, right? I call it the connection metrics. And I say that for you to be able to achieve any level of success in life, you need 5 levels of connection. And I call them the 5 pillars. The first connection is connection with yourself. And when I talk about connection with yourself, it is this container your you exist in, your body. How are you connecting with it? How are you taking care of it? How are you nourishing it? So, what is one of the things you can do to reconnect with yourself? It is for you to spend time, reflecting, exercising, taking care of this body, nourishing your body as much as possible. So that is the first connection. The second is connection with your core. That is the content. So you have the container and you have the content, the inside. That is your soul. Because without your soul, your body is just an empty vessel. So how do you reconnect with your soul? And that is, I like to call it the God in you. How do you reconnect with the God in you? You reconnect by still reflecting, worshiping, um, what's it called, spending time in solitude to sort out your thoughts, your voice, the voice in your head, to know if it is your inner critic or some other people's voices over time that have been programmed inside of you. So you get to weed out all those thoughts that don't feed you, that don't help you to grow and achieve the life that you want, basically. So that is the second connection with your core. The third is connection with people, and it is done in this chronological order because I feel like, for I believe me I Jamila Idris believe that for you to be able to connect with God, you need to connect with yourself first. Oh, so sorry, Aisha. Our scribe, you can see that your work is very, very important. Some people are depending on your work. Ugo, Ugo for president. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, I don't know what happened because on my end, I can see the caption is on.
Okay,
Yeah, so I don't know.
okay.
On your end, do you see any space for captions? So maybe it has to come from your end.
Let's see.
It's you see
I'm
CC.
not sure.
So for me, let me just snap it to you in case. I don't know. It's showing.
I can't see. Oh, wait.
Can you see CC?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I
Okay,
can see
please can you,
CC.
yeah, please can you click it? Because mine is turned on, so I don't know if it has to be individually turned on.
Yeah, I think it has to be individually turned on because I can see it
Okay.
now because
You
I
can see
turned
it
it
now.
on. So
Okay.
yeah, so if you're using your phone, you see those three dots by the right hand side, those three
Mm.
dots. Click it, you would see CC.
Okay,
That's
okay.
the caption.
Okay, so
Yes.
she would have to do it by herself. That's what you're saying.
Yes, you would have to do it
Okay,
by
okay,
herself.
okay, okay.
So
Because I
who
was
would give
seeing.
her the
Okay,
description?
let me give her the description. Okay, thank you.
Yes, it is in the three dots by your right. You'd see the one, so you can turn it on. Thank you, Ugo. Ugo for president. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. I'm going to hold on for a bit for Aisha to be able to turn on her caption so she can follow on with us as we go through the class. So if you want to also turn on your caption, you can do that by going to the three dots. So you won't be in the chat. You won't be in the chat. You'll need to be on the home screen. You'll see those three dots where you can turn on your mic, your video, and raise your hand. Then you click those three dots. You would see the CC, and yep, you get to click on it, and you'll be seeing the caption rolling on your screen. So if you can see your caption, if you follow this step and you can see your caption, please drop a one so I know that some people also using the caption, or most of us using the cap. Fantastic. Thank you, Mercy. Thank you, Maimuna.
Let
Thank
me
you,
try and
Ugo.
confirm if she can. I'll get back to you.
Okay. All right. So we would hold on for her and see how that goes. Thank you, Toyin. Okay. So if you're while we are waiting, I don't want us to, my niece says that if she doesn't talk, her mouth will smell. So I want us to keep this energy going. Um, if you are gaining some gems, some ahas, I want you to put fire emoji. Fire. Drop the fire. Eh. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Fire emoji. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? If I see, okay, somebody has dropped fire before me. Hey, where's my fire? Oh? Because I don't Ugo must not drop fire before me. Oh, where's my eh, I dropped it before Ugo. Oh my god. Hey, good. So where's Ugo? Ugo, me have dropped my own fire emoji before you.
Okay,
Oh, thank
now
you.
I think we can continue because she said that her battery is low. But we're recording the session and we're getting the transcript, so I'm going to send that to
Okay,
her. Yes.
okay,
Thank you very
fantastic.
much.
Fantastic. Okay. So I said the next connection is connection with people. So with connection with people, now you have connected with yourself, right? You have that in check. Then you get to connect with your core. You also have that in check. Now, if you're in alignment with God, I just feel like you feel like you're walking on the water, literally, because you just feel like, If you get that feeling, drop a one. Now, from there, you get to connect. Thank you, my Buddha. Thank you, our admin, be our host. Very, thank you, Margaret. Now, from there, it makes it easy for you to connect with people. It makes it easy for you to connect with people because now you're not looking at, oh, this person looked at me with corner eye. It does not concern you whether the person looked at you with 130 eye or corner eye. That is not of your business because you know that you're already connected with yourself. There's a level of self-acceptance. You are one with yourself because some people actually hate themselves. Some people don't like themselves. They don't like things about their body. They are at war with themselves. So because they are at war with themselves, they are at war with other people. So when you feel connected with yourself, when you accept yourself, what happens is that you establish an alignment, and it makes it easier for you to connect with people. And when you do this, the truth is you would become a replenant for bad energy because some kind of bad energy will not just want to come close to you, and that is fine. But then you connect with the people that you need in your life. So the next is connection with people. The fourth connection is connection with wealth. And this is all about your ability. So connection with people is all about your ability to create, nurture, and build relationships. And I like to say that the money you want is in another person's hand. The blessing. God blesses us through people. I've never had that God dropped, you say, oh, God bless me with money, and then God will just drop it from heaven, like as you're praying, you just see it, just drop on your lap. No, it is in the hands of another person. So whatever it is you want comes through people. Oh, sorry about that. Where are you that is raining? We are looking for rain here because it's very hot. Anywho, so your blessings come through people by being exposed to opportunities and all of that for growth and development. So it's wow, you're enjoying, thank God, you people's heat will reduce, but then it now send hits to all this our side. It's not good now. People should keep your hits to yourself. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry for the breaking transmission. Margaret is distracting me. Okay, so connection with people. Second, fourth is connection with wealth. And this is all about your ability to attract wealth, to attract abundance and prosperity into your life. So it's not just about even attracting it, it's about keeping it and being able to transfer it. So you attract, you keep, like you build it and then you transfer it. So how do you attract $100 million into your life, and how are you able to improve it to $1 billion and transfer it to somebody else? So that is what connection to wealth is about, and that is where we as women thrive, because women are blessed with creativity. Have you noticed that men who operate in the creative space, where they need to connect with their intuition to be able to create? Now we're talking about painters, people who paint, people who work on fashion, whether male fashion or female fashion. People who are really doing those things, they tend to be queer, because they are operating more in their feminine energy. And because they have operated so much in their feminine, they downs their masculine, because the feminine energy has that creativity. For a man to be able to create, he needs to tune into his feminine energy. For women to be able to lead, they need to tune into their masculine energy, and that's why you'd find that women in the workplace who are, occupying certain leadership positions actually act like men in some way, shape, or form. So it takes some level of intentionality for you to be feminine in your leadership. So that is um, a side note. So for you to be able to connect with wealth, you need to tune into your creativity. What are those things you need to do to create wealth in your life? A lot of people work for salaries, and your salary is based on time, and it now feels like when you are buying something, you're buying it with your time. So it becomes difficult for us to buy things that we really like. People go to the restaurants and they are making their choice of what they want to eat from the right hand side, which has the price of each meal, rather than looking at what they really, really want to eat. How many of us are guilty of this? Wink. Wink. Let's know ourselves. Wink. If you go to the restaurant or you want something, and the first thing you do is check the price before you even decide on what you want. We need to be able to use our creativity more, so that we feel like we are paying from our creativity and not from our time. So if you're paying from your creativity, you know that, oh, I want to buy a house on Banana Island, and the cost of that house is 1 billion. How do I create 1 billion? Okay, I need to maybe create a course, I need to teach people, I need to send a proposal, or I need to suggest something to my boss and then give them a bill of 1 billion, something. That is how you create, that is how you get into your creative mind. But if you just feel like, oh, my account balance does not support this, so I cannot even think of buying a house in Banana Island, then there is a problem. Are we together, or have I missed you somewhere? Because wealth is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people, because we have a lot of our childhood trauma was as a result of wealth, asking for something that our parents could not give, and then we just form certain beliefs around that. So it is something a lot of people struggle with. For some people, it's because they didn't have enough money, they become emotionally unstable, or their parents were using money, their parents were using money and things to fill up the space, to fill up their inability to be good parents to their children. So a lot of people have very abusive relationship with money, a very toxic relationship with money or wealth. So it's, and wealth is not just financial, by the way, but yeah, that is that for wealth. So, and the last pillar is connection with environment. We are an extension of our environment. People who grew up in a GRA kind of setting, or a quarters kind of setting, let's say an academic quarters, they act a different way compared to their counterparts who grew up in like um what I don't want to call it like a slum, but then like all those type of settings where people are just very unruly and all of that. And sometimes the environment you live in, the environment you grew up in, has a huge determining factor of your ability to create success in your life. So for some people, because of the environment they grew up in and the environment they are living in, they are unable to reach certain levels of success until they remove themselves from that environment. So for some people, they are physically in the environment, but mentally they have migrated to another place. And that's why you would find that some people, even in their small face me I slap you, inside their rooms, they put maybe um wallpapers of beautiful cars or beautiful mansions and all of that. What that does is that it helps them reprogram their mind to get them into an environment that is not their, that does not look like their immediate environment. So at this point, I would like you to drop my pen, I mean my mic, in the basket of love and open it up for questions, because I know we have taken way longer than time than was stipulated, and I'm honored that we still have people here engaging and all of that, even though network has been very unfriendly. But I'm happy that we've been here. We've had at least 10 people consistently on an average. So thank you for listening. um I'm now open to answer your questions. Don't bombard me too much questions, if not, don't mind me. Thank you. So if you want to ask your questions, I think you raise your hands. Veronica, how do you want to do it? Is it by raising of hands, or did you drop it in the chat box
I
so
mean,
we can get it?
whichever way. So if you're comfortable sharing in the comment section, that's fine. If you just want to ask her your question, please just raise up your hand and you can unmute yourself and ask your question. So yeah, now we're in our question and answer session.
Yep,
Um,
yep, 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 yep.
Yay! Please let's give it up for Jamila. It was so amazing today. I had my notepad and I was just writing and writing all the lessons that I learned. So in the meantime, before we have some, if you have your questions, just raise your hand. Let me see. Or if you can just drop it in the comment section. But one of the things I would like to say that I learned today was when you said, they do, they delay, they delegate, and they delete. The honest truth is that it's really, I haven't used it, so I think I'll start using it, because it's a great tool for you to be able to prioritize. Because just saying what you need to do urgently is easier for you to just box it up in one place. What you can delay, what you need to delete at all, and what you can delegate. Like you said, if you know you're on a deadline and you're hungry, you need to cook food, you can just easily buy takeout, because that would help you. So thank you very much for sharing that. That's something else that you shared that I think that I'm guilty of, and I think that some of us are guilty of, is when you talked about perfection. And I wanted to bring it down to this fellowship that I had been meaning to do this for a very long time, where I want to share some of the life lessons. And there's something that you said in the beginning that was very, very key for me when you spoke about what mentorship is. And for me, that's what it is. For me to share my experience with people so they do not face the challenges that I faced. So they can have easier tools and maps to be able to navigate through the space. So that's one of the reasons I'm having this fellowship, because I didn't have that. I had to search for mentorship opportunities. I had to look for it myself, or sometimes I had to literally push myself through researching and finding out. So this platform is just for me to be able to share skills that I have, that I've learned over my journey with everyone, so that you don't have to go through the mistakes I went through. I mean, Jamila sharing this delete. For me, it's like one of the best things I learned today. So thank you very much for sharing. And when you talked about being perfect as creatives, sometimes you think that it's not going to work. I mean, today, I've been tensed throughout before this went out, and just thinking that it won't be what I want it to be. I don't know. I've been scared. Will people be able to learn? Will people be able to execute their projects? Will they be able to join the sessions because of network issues and light issues? For me, I really appreciate everyone who has joined, and I really appreciate all the mentors who are supporting me on this project, who is supporting WiLG on this project. We really appreciate, because to be honest, I was scared on how it will go, and I almost delayed it to say, we won't do it, because I need it to be all perfect. But one thing that will always remain in my head is just do it afraid. No matter what it is, just do it afraid. It's better you start than not even starting at all. So Jamila, thank you very much. I see that do we have any questions? Oh yeah. So I think we don't have any questions for today. But I think I have one question for Jamila. One, and it's been very somebody. All right, you can go ahead. You can unmute yourself. Maimuna, you can unmute yourself. Or should I do that for you? Awesome. Aha. Okay. Jamila, you have a question in the comments, the chat box. Yes. Jamila?
Yeah, I'm here. So are you not asking your question because you call yourself an introvert?
Somebody,
Memuna.
Maimuna asked your question. Let me ask the question.
No, I read the question. So I am asking if she's not asking the question verbally because she calls herself an introvert. I'm just trying to poke her. Don't mind me.
Okay.
So when I tell people that I am very shy and introverted, they would swear that it is a lie. Especially people who um have been in settings like this where they've heard me speak, where I am in my element. See, I worked in a place, right, for a few months. And one woman approached me. She said, since I was working there for, I think, 3 months, she had never heard my voice. That is how bad it is. Like, I am in my space. You will never hear me talking, all of that. And I feel that is what people refer to as introvertedness. And I have this theory. I say for every introvert, there is somebody or a group of people who would call that person a troublemaker, a noisemaker. So, Memuna, how many people call you a troublemaker and a noisemaker? Now, when you, what I'm trying to do is to desensitize you from calling yourself an introvert. What I like to say is that we are very selective with people we connect with. We are very slow in creating connections with people. Where extroverts connect like immediately, we are slower because we want to study this person first to know if this person aligns with us, with what we want, and if this person will not bring some negative energy or negative vibe, right? So if you want to connect with somebody, know why you want to connect with the person. You see somebody online and you want to connect with the person. Why do you want to connect with the person? Does the person um is the person like further in their journey of life more than you are, or does the person have something that you feel you want to benefit from, a knowledge or experience or something you want to benefit from? When you identify that thing, when you identify why you want to connect with the person and that thing you want to learn or benefit, also think about what you can offer. And this, you can do this in a very short time, trust me. You can think about what you can offer to this person, right? Then once you do that in your mind, you're thinking about it, identify your common ground. That is the easiest icebreaker. Identify your common ground and use the obvious. Let's say, Memuna, I like to believe if you are a Muslim from your name, and maybe you meet somebody like me outside, and I am a Muslim, that is already a common ground. Because guess what? Most of your problems as a female Muslim woman living in Nigeria or any part of the world is usually similar to mine. You can just pick something and be like, oh my God, you look like this, like this, like this. Have you experienced this? Like, how did you know? Oh my God. Or you see something the person is wearing, like, is this cotton? If you know your material as well. Like, oh, it reminds me of this. Find something that is a common ground. Or the person made mention of a place or their name. Let's say Mercy Ojo now. We're like, Mercy, are you from Osun State? I have a friend whose name is Umi Ojo, and she's from Osun State. Like, she's a very good friend of mine. So, are you from Osun State? That is already a common ground. Whether she is from Osun State now or not, you've already established that you know somebody who shares something with her, which is a common ground, right? So that is the easiest way to break the ice. Compliment people. Um, look at something that they have or they said that reminds you of something, or like Memuna now. Oh, I had a friend, a very good friend in the university whose name is Memuna. So when I saw your name, it reminded me of that, my friend. For somebody else, it could be that, oh, my seatmate in primary school was Memuna, or my grandma is Memuna. That is a connecting point. So a common ground is just a connecting point. And for introverts, that is like the easiest way to connect with people. And while the conversation is ongoing, you keep asking those questions of what the person is, who the person is, why you want to connect with the person, what you also have to offer to the relationship. Because I believe that relationships thrive when there is an exchange of value. So with connecting with your environment, first, you're already an extension of your environment. So if you look at your behavior, how you do things, and all of that, it is connected to the culturally accepted beliefs and norms of your environment. If you want to be able to connect with your environment, you look at those things you look at those patterns in your environment and how it is affecting you. If you want to connect better, you align more with it. If it's something you want to detach from, disconnect from, you disconnect from it and introduce your mind to new sets of values, beliefs, and norms. I hope this answers your question, Memuna. Going over to Mercy. There is nothing like so Mercy's question is in certain life manifesto, please, what if there is a fear of not having the right life vision or something? You see, the beautiful thing about this is that it is your life. You feel like it can be right or wrong because you're trying to compare it with somebody else's. For some people, their own life's work is to give birth to great children. They are not supposed to be CEOs or governors and all of that. Their own is to birth the CEOs, the governors, and all of that. That is their own work. That is what God has placed them on this earth to do. So it's wait, Maimuna, have I answered your question before I continue? Okay, fantastic. See Maimuna shooting her shots. Nice. Okay. So as I was saying, Mercy, there is no right and wrong. See, it is your life. And nobody, even when I work with clients one on one, I always start by telling them that there is no right or wrong answer. You are, yeah, Pele, you listen to the replay maybe. There is no right or wrong answer. It is your life. Your superpower as a human is that there are no two people like you. From the beginning of time to the end of time, there can never and there would never be another Mercy Ojo who looks like you, sounds like you, has had all of your experiences, was given birth to your family, went through the primary, secondary, university, and all the experiences you've had, all the schools you've been to. Never. In fact, there can never be another Mercy Ojo listening to me at this time by 8:38 p.m. on Friday, the 8th of March 2024. There can never be another Mercy Ojo. Somebody else can listen to this some other time, but they will not be Mercy Ojo. Somebody else can look like you, sound like you, but then nobody can be you, right? And just believe that whatever it is you have, whatever vision it is you have right now, is what you need in this season of your life. There is no one vision. Do you understand? And if you remember, if you were listening, maybe if your network allowed you to listen at the time I was talking about mine, I like to say that is what it is in this season. In this season, I like to always add this season because I don't know what the next season will hold, and I don't want to bound myself by saying, "Oh, just because my vision is this in this season, it has to be like that for the rest of my life." No, that is too much pressure, right? So you need to just accept it that you need to psych yourself to believe that, listen, this vision is for now. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to have it all sorted out. In fact, before now, the way I'll talk about my vision is completely different. But with growth, with more levels of awareness, I am able to articulate it better. I'm able to see it better, and I'm able to take action towards it, which also makes it clearer. So there is no right or wrong vision. And the way you eliminate that fear is, and in fact, you having fear about having the right or wrong vision only shows that having a vision is important to you, right? But now just know that whatever vision you have is the right vision, and that is it, and that is on period. Okay, for your second question, you said, what if the vision seems so wide and multidimensional? That is, you kind of have interest in many things. Again, I said you choose one thing or two things or three things max you work on um um within a short period of time. So your vision, my vision is broad. Period. My vision is broad because how am I helping somebody, like people connect with themselves, and connect with God and connect with wealth. And for me, you see these five pillars that I shared with you: connection with self, connection with core, connection with wealth, connection with people, and connection with environment. All of my life's work is focused on these five pillars. At every point, I am either talking about relationships, building relationship with your significant other, building relationship with your siblings, building relationship with your parents, building, casual relation. I am talking about relationships. I'm talking about wealth. I'm talking about connecting to your environment. I'm talking about yourself, having your goals, nurturing your body and all of that. you would always hear me talk about something in this. So one of the things I actually help my clients do is to put make sense of all these things. Like, what are those places of interest you have, and how do you focus on it per time? So that is where you now need a professional. And like, okay, no, I'm not making the right sound. Like, yeah. I hope I've answered your question, Mercy. Veronica, can you ask your question so we can get on
Oh,
with
no.
it?
I think that in addressing the questions, you answered my question. But I see Aisha Mohammed's hand up.
Oh, okay.
So, Aisha, do you want to go? Or drop your question in the comment section? Aisha? Okay. Okay. I don't know. Aisha, your hands is up, but I don't know. You're not saying anything. But you can always drop your comments and we can follow it through to Jamila. Okay, so if we don't have any more questions, I want to thank everybody for joining. I want to start by thanking Jamila. Thank you so much. Like Jamila said in the beginning, she didn't even know she was going to join us today. She had a lot on her plate, but I mean, she said this was something she wanted to do, especially spending International Women's Day inspiring other women. And we truly, we at WiLG, we say thank you for joining us and sharing your wealth of knowledge. I know that you have poured out your heart to us, and even with your tight schedule, you have opened today's session for us. You have started our mentorship, and we really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Can we all just clap and say thank you to Jamila in the comment section, or we can just clap and send emojis? Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ugo, for all the notes you dropped. Thank you, everyone, for engaging in the session. We truly appreciate you all from staying from the beginning to the end. So thank you very much. We appreciate you all. Thank you, Jamila. I really do appreciate it. And happy
Thank you.
birthday in advance. Again,
Yay!
thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
so much.
So I promised Ugo
Woo!
a gift. I'm going to share a link with Ugo where she gets to access one of my books. The title is Why You Don't Do What You Know You Should Do, and it has some worksheets and some other resources attached to it. So Ugo, I'll forward the link to Veronica and then she'll send it to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate you. Thank you so much. So everybody, thank you. I'm gonna stop sharing. So I think you can call it a night. Good night.
And I am receiving birthday gifts,
Yes.
birthday wishes, birthday prayers, all of it. I don't know why I'm